In this video, we're going to be covering everything that nobody tells you about Las Vegas before you visit. From epic free attractions most tourists don't know about to where locals actually hang out and eat. I'll also be going over 9 common mistakes that all first-time visitors make, so you can avoid them. So make sure you watch all the way until the end. I don't think anyone should go to a buffet unless you're staying at a nicer hotel like the Wynn or Venetian, where the buffets are a bit nicer. While Las Vegas is packed with famous free attractions like the Bellagio fountains and Fremont Street experience, there are several hidden gems that most people don't know about. So here are a few of my favorites. The Fremont Street experience is one of my favorite free attractions in Vegas. This is downtown, Vegas's answer to the Strip. Most first-timers assume that the northern part of the Strip is where all the action is. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Besides walking, which is probably the cheapest way to get around, the next cheapest option would be the Deuce Bus. There are way too many tourists there. Instead, you'll find us in neighborhoods like Chinatown, where you can find cheap eats and authentic Chinese cuisine. First, we have the Bellagio, which is world famous for its fountains that dance to popular music hits. Unfortunately, Las Vegas attracts a lot of scammers and pickpockets, especially at popular tourist destinations. If you're looking for a unique spot to snap photos for your Instagram feed, then head to the Neon Museum. Here you'll find old neon signs that have been removed from businesses and casinos. It's a great place to take pictures, and it pays homage to Las Vegas history. Another great spot is the Welcome to Fabulous sign. This is one of the oldest and most recognized landmarks in Las Vegas, so be sure to snap a picture here. And then there's the High Roller Ferris wheel, which offers stunning views of the Strip. You can take photos inside the cabin or outside on the rim. And lastly, check out the Arts District for colorful murals and street art. So be aware of your surroundings, and don't flash your cash or expensive jewelry. Be sure to leave a comment below. And thanks for watching. Also, don't accept drinks from strangers, and never use ATMs on the street. Now, one scam that you should be aware of is the $20 bill scam. Here's how it works. Someone will approach you and ask for $20 to buy something like a beer or a snack.
I'll hand you a $20
bill in exchange for your 20, but the problem is that the $20 bill is counterfeit. Now they run off before you realize it. Another scam that you should be aware of is the distraction technique. This is where someone approaches you and asks for directions or tries to engage you in conversation. At the same time, an accomplice will steal your wallet or phone. Where pickpockets like to target tourists is at places like the Bellagio fountains, the volcano at the Mirage, the slot machine rows, buffets, the sports book, and at concerts. Then there's Caesar's Palace, with its famous forum shops, and the Colosseum, which hosts concerts and other events. Next is the Cosmopolitan, which is known for its ultra-modern design and rooftop pool. The Venetian is another must-see, especially if you like to gamble. It's massive, and it's designed to resemble Venice, Italy. And then there's Paris, which is home to the tallest observation wheel in the US. You can also visit the Arc de Triomphe replica and the half-scale Eiffel Tower. Another great neighborhood is the Arts District, which is home to galleries, boutiques, murals, and trendy restaurants. And of course, you can't forget about Fremont Street. Downtown, you'll find cheaper hotel rooms, live music, street vendors, zip lining, and a whole different vibe from the Strip. Some of my favorite spots downtown include Carson Kitchen, which is known for its farm-to-table American cuisine, and Craft Cocktails and Noble Pig, which is a gastropub with upscale pub grub and a great beer menu. It'll take you up and down the Strip and costs $8 for a one-day pass. Now, ride-sharing services are readily available in Vegas, and they're usually fairly priced. However, be sure to tip your driver if you're going a long distance. Now, another option is taxis, but they a little more expensive than Ubers, and they do unusually have any deals or discounts. And one more thing to consider is the monorail. Like I mentioned earlier, at $8 for a one-day pass. And it goes from the MGM Grand up to the Sahara. Now, the monorail doesn't stop at all the major hotels, but it does stop at some of the bigger ones. Sure, you'll find hotels like the Wynn and Encore, which are really nice, but they're pricey, and they're not really necessary for your first trip. Plus, most of the iconic casinos like Bellagio, Cosmopolitan, and Caesar's Palace are located in the center and the south end of the Strip. Mistake number 2. Trying to see everything in one trip. There is so much to do in Vegas that it's impossible to see everything in one trip. I've been living here for 3 years and I still haven't seen everything. So just focus on seeing the highlights and leave the rest for another time. Mistake no. 3. Not taking advantage of free transportation. Ride-sharing services are readily available in Vegas, but did you know that you can walk or take public transportation to most of the major hotels? And it's free? Definitely check out the monorail. I highly recommend getting an unlimited pass because you can hop on and off all day long. There are also free trams and buses that run up and down the strip, so be sure to check those out. And mistake no for not tipping enough. This is one that a lot of tourists forget about. In addition to your regular bill, you should plan on tipping at least 20% at restaurants, bars, and for any services. It's just customary in Vegas. It's a pedestrian street full of casinos, restaurants, bars, and zip lines. But the main attraction is the massive LED screen that covers the 4 city blocks. Every half hour from 6 p.m. to midnight, the Viva Vision light show comes on, dancing to popular music hits. But honestly, the whole atmosphere is really fun and festive, especially at night. Another fun free activity that I love is the Bellagio Conservatory, where you'll find beautifully themed floral displays that change with the seasons. It's a relaxing place to take a break from the hustle and bustle of the casino floor, and it's no cost to admire the flowers, though they do ask for donations. The Bellagio Conservatory is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Few other free activities that are worth mentioning are the Paris Hotel Eiffel Tower, the Mirage Volcano, and the Cosmopolitan Urban Food Forest. If you do decide to try a Vegas buffet, then my biggest recommendation is to go early. I always get questions from people who want to know what it's like walking around the strip at night. Is it safe? Is it crowded? What is it like? So here's the deal. Walking around the strip at night is totally safe as long as you are aware of your surroundings and you aren't stumbling around drunk and making eye contact with strangers. Seriously, if you've ever been to Times Square in New York City, then it's really similar to that. There are thousands of tourists and locals just walking around from dinner to a show, or from shopping to a bar crawl. Honestly, it feels like the strip is alive at night, and it's unlike any other neighborhood or city. If you're visiting during the summer, then you should be aware that there are monsoon season thunderstorms that pop up every afternoon around 4 or 5 p.m. Usually they last for an hour or two. And while they look really scary, they're really not. And they happen almost every single day during the summer months. So if you do get caught in one of those, then just seek shelter in a casino or a mall until it passes. Most buffets serve the same dishes throughout the morning and sometimes even keep the same food out day after day. So if you go in late, you might not get the best selection. My personal favorite is the Bacchanal Buffet at Caesar's Palace. I think it has the best variety and best quality. Of course, I will have more Vegas videos coming soon, so stay tuned for those. Oh, and be sure to check out our travel guides and itineraries for even more trip planning inspiration after this. I am your guide to smarter travel. Let's jump right into it with number 1. It's the best time to visit Vegas. As a local, I get asked all the time, what is the best time of year to visit Vegas? Well, simply put, the best time to visit Vegas is during the summer shoulder season, or spring and fall. Summer is considered to be June, July, and August, and shoulder season is considered to be March through May and September and October. Visiting during these times of year will offer the best weather, the least amount of crowds, and the best deals on hotels. Summer is hot, but it's a dry heat, and you can find some amazing hotel deals, especially if you are willing to stay at an older or cheaper hotel. Shoulder seasons are beautiful because the weather is still warm, but not too hot. You'll see tons of wildflowers, and the crowds and prices will be lower than peak times of year. Now, if you do visit during peak season, which would be around December for New Year's, spring break, Memorial Day, and Labor Day weekends, just expect higher rates, sold-out shows, and bigger crowds. Also, keep in mind that weekdays are always less busy than weekends. For example, a Sunday night in October was much busier than a Thursday night in September. No. 2. How to save money on hotels and buffets. Let's talk hotel rooms for a second. As you may or may not know, Las Vegas is known for having really cheap hotels. However, those cheap prices usually only apply to rooms located in the older part of the city. If you want a newer, nicer hotel room, then you can expect to pay a pretty penny, especially if you're visiting during a popular time of year. Now, the good news is that there are a few cheap rooms left in the city, just not as many as there used to be. We found this website to be super helpful when searching for cheap hotels. because they show you the average nightly price across multiple booking sites. This helps you determine if the price is really low or just inflated. Just enter in your desired dates of travel and click search. Then you can sort by price. One more thing, all the major hotel chains have their own rewards program, which allows you to earn points towards free nights, free parking, free Wi-Fi, and other perks. So be sure to sign up for those. Now, I personally use the app for 2 reasons. First, you can often find coupons for up to 50% off your hotel room. And second, they send you daily push notifications alerting you to new deals based on your saved searches. So definitely set up notifications if you want to get the cheapest hotel rates. Now let's talk about buffets. Vegas buffets are overpriced and kind of gross. No. 3. Hidden free attractions that most tourists miss. No. 4. What it's really like on the Las Vegas Strip at night. Number 5. Common tourist mistakes to avoid. Mistake no. 1. Staying at an expensive hotel on the north end of the Strip. No. 6. How to get around without spending a fortune. Number 7. Where locals actually eat and hang out. This is going to sound weird, but locals don't really go to restaurants on the Strip. Number 8. Must see iconic casinos and what makes them unique. No. 9. Safety tips for tourists in Vegas. And number 10. Secret photo spots for epic Instagram shots. So now I want to hear from you. What are your top tips for first-time visitors to Las Vegas?